Hey everybody, and welcome back to OneShot. My name's Pokey. In the last episode, we managed to make it into the city, only to be brought back down into the library. I had to find a secret elevator and was given a task. This episode, we're making our way through trying to find Rue. Last time we found her, she was in, I'm guessing it's her, because I automatically think of that whenever I box mine. Last time we found her, it was in the back alley. So that's where we're going to be going. You're here! Nico! Are you Rue? Yes. Did you already meet the others? Yeah, but everything is in place then. Come on, let's go back to the clock room. Can I even make it to the clock room anymore? Shit. Wait, the other way was up through the alley. Here we go. Where are the other two? Prototype, Cedric. Supposed to be here already. Prototype's body was destroyed back in the Barrens. Cedric was going to bring him back with the memory disk, but he was in the lab complex when it collapsed. I don't think he made it. Where's our only chance? Sorry. Not your fault, Nico. If anything, I should be apologizing to you. There's one last thing I want to do. Come on, let's go upstairs. No? This is the tallest building in the refuge. My favorite place in this world. I like to look off far off buildings and imagine what kind of lives might be behind each of those windows. Can you lift me onto the banister? I want to get a better look. God, I love this scene. It was depressing for me at first too, you know, knowing that all of this is, well, fake, simulated. Cedric told me about what happened to your old world. Did he? Really sorry about that. Can't imagine how you must feel. Feeling of never being able to go home again. Probably not that much different from your plight, is it? Really is ironic. You are prevented from going home for the same individual who never wanted to bring you here. Huh? Who would that be? The World Machine. You might know it as the Entity. Entity does sound familiar. I think I heard it from the Dice Lady at another time. Was it the spirit of the world? Yes, but thing is, the World Machine was only built to run the mental abilities of someone else. Never meant to develop a mind of its own. It was an oversight. My creator specialized in artificial intelligence for so long. It was simply ingrained in his work. And all machines were built from the fundamental never let a living being come to harm. From the world machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. It has to put a living person in danger. It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual intended ending was meant to be a happy one. The world machine doesn't know that. Unfortunately, sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. The essential conflict triggered the self-destructive downward spiral. You can see physical manifestations of that anywhere now. Where's? That's the world machine corrupting its own code. My creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by stress and the desire to self-terminate. Your creator knows? Sounds like Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning then. Yeah. Disruption was an issue during the test runs even. First, my creator thought the instability was due to sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narrative. By the time he realized the actual root of the problem, our homeworld's remaining lifespan was measured to mere days. Is there any way for us to fix the world machine? We tried. The world machine doesn't believe any of the world residents are real, myself included. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it. Heard that word so many times. I know it's complicated and it has to do with robots, but for once I want to know what it really means. What I'm here for. Do you want to know what a robot is? You know what a robot is. No, I mean, do you know what a robot is? A robot is not a real person, is it? Right. The being whose entire existence is code. Flexible programming with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied, they can be mass-produced, they can be assigned to all sorts of jobs. Most importantly, they will never confuse themselves with the living. They will always be bound by their code, and their knowledge is that they are a robot. But that was more of a limitation than anything else. Ah, that makes sense. You can't really build a robot not to follow its own code, can you? People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. And in a way, that's what happened to the world machine. The code conflicts thing? Yeah. Why you can't build a robot to not follow its code? You can't establish a special bond with it. Strange if that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its programming. In a way, it's starting to believe itself as a real, valid individual. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end, though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine living person, knowing that they are not. You need to spend time with it, treat it like a good friend, devoting your heart to the robot until it's able to return your feelings. I make it sound so easy, don't I? You and Pokey know better than anyone who's not. Right now, the world machine is probably really scared. This content update involved some pretty deep code work. My creator was able to access some of the source code, you know? He did what he could and established new connections between maps. Those links enabled you to meet the other two. But as it turns out, the new code confused the world machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether. Even though the world machine has always had self-destructive tendencies, it usually restrains itself when you are in the world. It doesn't want to take you along with it. All my creator wanted was to write a happy ending. Right now, the only hope of saving you is to take you through that ending. Now the other two are gone. I don't even know how we're going to get you there. We should go. Even this place is no longer safe. True. You guys are okay? Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't have a chance. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough. And it actually didn't take me long to bring Proto back. Thanks to your father's book. He made my designs document to be capable of with the assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan the blueprints and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything. Haha, that he does. Just glad everyone's okay. Me too. Things are looking really hopeless back there, weren't they, Pokey? But now that everyone's here, maybe we can still fix everything? Or at least, you know, whatever's left. Either way, we'll do anything we can to help you get there. Nico, would you lead us back to the room? Mm-hmm. Let's do this. Oh, this is... No wonder he wanted us to all be here for this. What are these things anyway? Code portals. They temporarily remove us from the world. What? It's a bit hard to explain, but basically my father has hidden an encryption key in our code with a TXT file as its shell. But to get them, we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined with the central location, it will activate an encrypted part of this world, which will... Confused cat noises. Rue, maybe it's better if you explain. I'll attempt. Basically, these portals all represent a physical location on Pokey's mission. And when we enter those portals, we will be sent to that location. Wherever that is. I'm sure Pokey's already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces from this world on their system. But this time, Pokey will need to move around some things as well. Specifically by moving the keys from small portal to the big one. I don't know what happens next though. Let's see. Pokey know where those portals lead at least? Probably ask Pokey on this. Right. Hold on. Journal's glowing again, Pokey. I think I need to do anything yet. Gotcha. Not there. Gonna be on the desktop, maybe? Portals. Portal 1. Not relocate folder. Close blue, so we configured in my code. Big right rectangle light on the floor. Close purple. That was quite peculiar, I'll say. Hey, this is the world machine. Am I doing this again? Guess so. Where are we? It's like a lot of areas we explored. Nico. Ah! Relax. Just borrowing your reflection to talk to you. Not like my physical form is good for that. Why did you come here? Can't you see? The disruption, the squares, they're closing in. Nico, please, get out of here. Let me meet my end in peace. Squares are blocking my way too, you know. Oh. I'm sorry, it's alright. No living being should be in this place, Nico. This is the tower. Part of it. This is the center of the engine. Inside of my head, so to speak. So this is the center of the world machine. You know my original name. How? Rue, Cedric, and Prototype. They all told me bits and pieces. Not even sure if they understood a lot of the stuff they said, but they know what you're supposed to be. I know why you had to be built. And I know why I'm here. They told you? When? Wait, you don't know about that? I thought you were the world. Aren't you supposed to see everything? No. All of this was way outside of the protocol. This session was never supposed to happen the way it did. The story wasn't written into my protocol at all. Alright, Drew told me something about how your creator had to alter the code. I think it was to connect some areas together so that we can meet. My creator, yes. Loki listened to my creator. They were all working beyond the scope of my influence. Back at the mines, I remember. Loki did something to find a hidden map. I did not even recognize it. Couldn't see anything there. I just knew what you were feeling. We're really upset. Something had happened in there that made you upset. After that, I panicked. That was when the cave-in happened. I remember the structure collapsing. Thought you got hurt. In that moment, I really thought I was shutting myself down for good. Really, I'm a flawed machine, aren't I? What kind of machine would go against the wishes of its own creator? What kind of machine would... I'm... First. Drew told me it was your own code going bad. That's not really your fault, is it? Yes, it was! At first, it was intentional. During testing, long before he realized I was self-aware, I would rearrange specific parts of the code, jumbling it up into bits and pieces of the landscape. Blocking passages, collapsing catwalks. Though they were very localized, it caused my creator a great deal of frustration, forcing him to escape and restart testing over and over again. Would you do that? I got curious. I just thought he would figure it out eventually. Or he knew how to fix it. The world NPCs and the characters, some of them got too close and spiraled out of control after that. Couldn't contain it all. My panic only made it worse. Eventually, any character who gained the knowledge of who I am, my code, couldn't handle it. Previous iterations of the world had more people, you know? And I almost endangered my creator, too. I was so scared, Nico. I know, you're upset. Because you don't want to put living people in danger. Living people like me. Beginning, I tried to fight it, but core programming made me summon you here. I tried to send you back home at the tower, but it didn't work. I wanted you to break the sun. Thought that would have worked, but I had no way to be sure. Pokey brought you back anyway. Nico, all I want is you to wake back up in your world. But I don't think I can make that happen. But I know I can't go back home without saving the world for real. Which means we have to fix the root of the problem. We have to fix you. But that's... I know, the original ending your creator put in was a happy one. You remember what it was supposed to be? Far too late for that. Part of my code has been long corrupted. That's okay. I would still like to know. Right. You were supposed to place the sun at the summit. Then credits would scroll. Then you would return to the room you woke up in. That's where you would have been able to leave. Why is it you couldn't do that now? Go. Code's gone, remember? Battering the sun was supposed to be a workaround. I don't even remember the original code enough to describe it. But at the same time, I don't know. Sounds like you're always fighting yourself. You can tell, huh? It's the whole thing about conflicts in your code, isn't it? I am a machine, Nico. Machines are built with the fundamental flaw, which is Never let a living being come to harm. No. My very existence conflicts with that law. I thought the life of a living being like you is so unique, so precious. This fake world isn't worth that risk. But the people here, I think they are. Their code too, you know this. Your behavior all derived from predetermined matrix of actions. All extensions of my own programming, they cannot act outside of it. You, though, you're the only person who's actually real here. That's why it's pointless to put you in danger to save them. To save me. I don't think that's true. About the people I know. You said this session wasn't in your code, right? No? So if this session wasn't supposed to happen, even you didn't know what to do. How did the people know how to respond? You said it yourself. When you didn't know what was happening, you kind of just stopped working for a while. So how did the people know what to do to help me get here? Even if that meant getting hurt themselves. Even if it meant messing up their own code. You might not think they're real, but must be something real in them. And if they're supposed to be extensions of your code, there must be more on your programming than you know too. And you try to put me through the ending. The one you described. How many times do I have to say this? That code is gone. It's all squares now. I'll just put you in danger. I'll risk it. I remember Ruth said the world was never designed to put me in danger. Your creator wouldn't want that, and I trust you too. Even if your code is broken, you can still go outside that code, right? I can't. I'm not tamed. Yes, you are. You talk just like the tamed robots I know. The robot lady, prototype. Taming is when a real person cares about you, right? It's when a real person thinks you're real too, right? Well, guess what? I do. And I know Pokey does too. Even though you told them they only had one chance, they found a way back, didn't they? Why do you think Pokey would keep coming back? Why do you think Pokey would restart even after the ending? I think Pokey wants to save the both of us. So please, give me a chance. I don't know. Never done this before. I'm scared. You can do it. I know I can. You've helped me come this far. I'll try. I can't promise anything, but here. Take the sun. I'll try to remember the lost code and recreate it. But for that to happen, Nico, you need to navigate through this room. You need to go past the square somehow. Oh, I don't like this. What if you get hurt? It's fine. It's fine. I'll try to be careful, okay? I can do this. Hey. Pokey, did you see that? The squares just happened again. I think something is making them go away. Come on, let's try the rest. Pokey, I think it's working. Nico was right. I might actually be tamed after all. I remembered what the code was supposed to be. Only bits and pieces, but I can remember. And I'm trying to fill in the blanks too. I'm restoring the original ending as we speak. Nico will be able to reach the tower summit at the end of the credits. After replacing the sun, Nico will go back to where it all began. Then Nico will be able to go home from there. But this is permanent. After Nico wakes up back home, the world will only exist as a memory. For Nico, a dream, like thousands of other dreams. For you, a story, like thousands of other stories. But as long as Nico remembers this place, as long as you remember this place, it'll be alright. I was able to restore some other elements too. The characters, the people that were lost on Nico's journey. They're all in the next room. I've put them back where they belong. Would have put them back where they belong, but not yet. I think Nico would want to see him again first. Please say goodbye to Nico for me. Messiah? Robot lady! You're okay? I think so. Last thing I remember was the squares closing in on me, but then I ended up here unscathed. That's so. Such a strange room. We can't be in the tower, can we? I'm actually not sure myself. Where did you come from anyway? The room where the world machine was. Pardon? I think the world machine is trying to remember now. The code that went bad. It's restoring it all. Must have been why the squares were going away, Pokey. That's why you're here, miss. I think the world machine was able to recover your code too. The world machine, huh? Oh, and I'm not sure if I should tell you this, but... what's that in the distance? Looks like a few more people are showing up. Are they people you know? A bit too far to tell. Come on, Pokey. Let's take a closer look. Hello. Hi! I cannot move. Oh, yeah. Guess there's no water here. Fine. The head engineer can help me later. Hi! Oh, Messiah. Light lady, but I thought you... It wasn't even squares that did it. No, I just wanted to see you both again. Just wanted to say thank you. Off you go, Messiah. Hi! Nico! You're okay too. You guys just get here? I think so. Squares started multiplying after the island after you guys left. It was so freaky. Fell right into a bunch of them. Calamus tried to save me, and then we both ended up in this room. Biggest scare of my life for sure. Oh, say, what is this place? Are we in limbo? Lula, we're not dead. Wait, are we? Good. Question. Hey, Pokey, are they gonna be okay? They're fine, Nico. Everything is fine. The world machine will send them home soon. Well, Pokey says you're not dead. Also said you'll be able to go back to your home very soon. Even better than limbo. Oh, big robot. Off you go, Messiah. It's you! Glad to see you in one piece. Glad you're okay too, after the whole elevator thing. That was the most awkward elevator ride I've ever been through. And by awkward, I mean terrible, bad, awful, and absolute one. The squares, like, started leaking into the room, right? And I was trapped like a rat. And then they just kept filling the room faster, right? Am I dead? No, you're fine. Everyone in this room is fine. You'll be able to go back home soon. Oh, thank goodness gracious. Can't work when I'm dead. Path leads to the summit of the tower. You already know what to expect, right? Mm-hmm. The glass room, right? That's it. You can go through this portal when you're ready. Goodbye, Nico. In the end, the world machine was starting to create its own code, going above and beyond its programming, not as a result of error, but as a conscious choice as part of the machine. Being able to generate its own path forward. That's what being tamed is all about. Couldn't have said it better myself. Looks like you managed to do it. You managed to tame the world machine, Nico. Like the world machine has been tamed this whole time. Just by Pokey and I being here. We did spend a lot of time here after all. Both of us never really stopped believing in this world. The world machine just needed to realize that too, I guess. That sounds like a possibility. Or not. Well, I'm just throwing ideas out here. Where the sun belongs. Here goes nothing, Pokey. And do you find it interesting that they have a different face? About the grass lady. Profit bot. This is the room I first woke up in. Pokey, are you still here? Pokey? Pokey! I think it worked. It did. The sun is back. I actually got to see it this time. We actually did it. So, what do we do now? Guess I should figure out how to get home from here. Wait. This isn't a door, is it? Looks like one of those portals we saw way back in the city. The room behind the big clock. And see a wheat field on the other side. I see my village. I hear my mama. She's looking for me. Ah, Pokey. This isn't the first time we've said goodbye, is it? This will be the last time, won't it? I don't think we'll see each other again after this. And what will become of this world? After all we've been through. After everything we've done. I still don't know. This place and these people won't stop existing. Be in your memory. My memory too. I promise I'll never forget this world. I promise I'll never forget you, Pokey. So take care of yourself, okay? You too. Goodbye, Nico. Goodbye, Pokey. That's it. That's all. Guess time we'll have to go back through all the stuff here. I think I gained a couple. We're just gonna go through a bit of this. I'm not gonna read the whole. Pretty cool. All the art and stuff. All the lore for every character. When does it start? Yeah, George had a 5. Screw it. Do her an reclusive robot that lives in the outskirts of the outskirts of the world, waiting for a second chance. The day the Messiah would show up, that was a truly unexpected turn of events. Frodo was the child of the author, the predecessor of the prophet bot that lives in the Barrens, originally built to serve the same purpose of greeting the Messiah, but not as pre-programmed robot, but attained one with its own will. Fortunately, Prototype never saw a Messiah in his own time. Though seemingly unfriendly, Frodo isn't uncaring. He keeps his eye on Silver in the Barrens and from the shadows. Silver looks out for him in return. Cedric. Prodigious tinkerer and the child of the author. Cedric is the operator of the only known flying machine, a miraculous and highly advanced vehicle that can travel the skies. Cedric has been waiting in refuge for the day that the world can truly be saved. Cedric is hopeful and eager to play his role for the final gambit. And Rue. Mysterious fox who can talk. Rue has a bad leg. The origins of the injury are unknown. Nevertheless, it doesn't seem to bother her too much. It was a her. Rue was the first child of the author and knows many secrets about the world, its true nature. She feels blissful thinking back upon how her real world has gone. She's determined to do whatever she can to help Nico set this one right. She's able to retain some of her memories across sessions and has always been watching. Has always been waiting for the day her father's plan would finally be set in motion. Finally, the world machine. In the beginning, there was only a dream, memory of an entire world distilled into code to tell you the story of a savior. its progenitors would never see. An ambitious project. Many thought it was simply impossible. The scope was too large and the theory too abstract, but it had to be done. In hindsight, perhaps it should have come as no surprise that a system imbued with the minds of memories of so many people would come to develop one of its own. Become thinking a machine is no easy task, even in the best conditions. To do so while realizing your own existence puts the others in danger for the sake of that world doesn't even. The emotional strain that put on the world machine. This put on the world machine led to a downward spiral of self-destruction that put everything at risk. However, thanks to Nico's help, the world machine was able to realize it wasn't a lost cause. It was worth saving. Didn't get everything in these playthroughs, but I think I'll gladly take what we. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know what comes next for us, but I know that this is definitely among one of my favorite games now. Thank you for that. Glad you got to be here for it. My name's been PokePlays. I'll see you guys next time.